You probably opened your banking app today without thinking twice, checked your balance, and maybe tapped a notification. There's nothing strange about that. But what if your bank wasn't just holding your money? It was training you to open the app more, to interact more, to feel good when numbers go up, and uneasy when they don't. Because Revolut didn't just redesign banking, it repackaged it, using the same psychology behind video games, social media, and gambling, and applied it to your money. And depending on who you ask, that's either the smartest financial innovation of the decade, or a dangerous experiment hiding behind a clean UI. This is the story of how Revolut turned banking into a game, why millions of people love it, and why some experts think it's quietly changing how we relate to money forever. Before Revolut, banking had a problem. It was slow, boring, intimidating, and completely disconnected from how people actually lived. Traditional banks weren't built for smartphones. They were built for branches, paperwork, and phone calls. If you wanted to split a bill, send money abroad, track spending, or even freeze a card, you had to wait days, pay fees, or didn't even bother at all. Especially for younger users, banks felt like something you had to use, not something you wanted to. That's the gap in the market Revolut saw. Not a financial problem, a user experience problem. Revolut understood one simple truth. People don't avoid finance because it's hard. They avoid it because it's emotionally unrewarding. So Revolut flipped the model. Instead of asking, how do we store money safely? They asked, how do we make people engage with money? That shift changed everything. From day one, Revolut was designed like a product you'd explore. Clean animations, instant feedback, colorful charts, and real-time updates. Every action gives you a response. Spend money, and you see it categorized instantly. Save money, and you watch progress build. Trade, and you see numbers move live. This is not accidental. This is gamification. Let's break this down properly. Firstly, Revolut uses progress bars and visual feedback. In games, progress bars are addictive because they promise completion. Revolut uses them everywhere. Savings vaults, spending breakdowns, and investment performances. You don't just save money, you advance. This makes financial discipline feel achievable and even satisfying. The positive to this is that people save more when progress is visible, but the concern is that people start chasing the visual instead of the outcome. Secondly, there's the notifications as triggers. Revolut sends a lot of notifications. This increases awareness. People actually know where their money is going, but constant prompts keep you emotionally tethered to the app. And finally, investing feels like play. Revolut made investing colorful, fast, and simple. No intimidating platforms, no long forms, just tap, buy, and watch. This is great for first-time investors, but the concern is that risk can feel abstract when losses look like animations. Revolut didn't invent these techniques to manipulate people. They used them to solve real problems. According to Revolut executives in multiple interviews, the goal was simple: make finance approachable. And it worked. Millions of users budget for the first time, save consistently, track spending, and invest earlier. Gamification lowered the barrier to entry. But here's the uncomfortable question. At what point does helpful engagement become behavioral control? When checking your bank feels like checking social media, you're no longer managing money, you're reacting to it. Some behavioral psychologists argue this risks short-term thinking, emotional investing, and compulsive checking. Not because Revolut is evil, but because the tools are powerful. But compare this to old banks. They're slow, dull, and unengaging, but they're also emotionally neutral and boring by design. Revolut made finance feel alive. That's the trade-off. Neutrality via engagement, stability via innovation. And the truth is, most people prefer engagement. So the question is this the future of money? Well, Revolut isn't alone anymore. Almost every fintech now uses gamified UX, instant feedback, and progress visuals, because once users experience this, they don't go back. The question isn't, will banking be gamified? It already is. The real question is, will people learn to use these tools, or will they be used by them? Revolut didn't turn banking into a game by accident. They did it because games hold attention, reduce fear, and change behavior. And that power cuts both ways. Used well, and it builds better financial habits. But used blindly, and it turns money into dopamine. Revolut isn't good or bad, it's a mirror. And what you see on it depends on how you play.